Yeah, Stream Elements is bugging. I'm not going to have my stuff. That sucks. All right, Lady Farina, I am waiting a day. Masquerade of the Guilty. Have you pulled for Farina, if you don't mind me asking? I have not yet. I have a free 10 pull. I probably am going to pull after this, but whenever I see her in the Archon quest, I'm gonna do this first 10 pull just to test my luck.
Please sign here. This document will be effective immediately upon signing, and you two may exit the Fortress of Maripede via the regular channels.
All right.
It's been so long since we've been to the surface. Let's hurry up and...
You're a liar, Paimon. We go to the surface every day.
What's happening?
I'm praying for you. If she is, that will be wild, yeah. This primordial water is about to break now.
I'm fine, thanks. But I wonder what that tremor was just now.
Let's go ask the Duke.
Who's been your favorite character in Fontaine, Chopper? I really like Lenny, but besides Lenny, I think it is Risley. Either Risley or Nuve. To be honest, I like them all. Yeah, these last two regions have been such big bangers when it comes to characters, especially this one.
Something you wish to see me about?
Yeah, what was with that earthquake just now?
Ah, that. The tremor didn't originate from the seafloor. In fact, it seems it came from the surface.
Ability is guaranteed to be the best. Flexible. I'm good, man. But Risley has a special place in my heart. Yes.
Over the years of
And he put a
surfing as the
special
Warden
hole
here,
into
I've
his
developed a
parents.
sense for distinguishing between what occurs on the surface and what occurs underwater. Besides, the seal that Monsieur Neuvillette set in place won't fail so easily.
Oh, what?
So the fortress is
I didn't read the lore. Ah, okay. Well, all I'm saying is play his story quests. And you'll find out. It's a small part, but it's part of his tragic backstory.
Okay, seems we need to get back up to the surface and ask about what happened. By the way, do you know what day it is today?
I believe today is this month's pipe cleaning day.
Wait, seriously?
Actually, today is the day we say goodbye to the fortress.
Yes. Have you completed your release papers?
You know what? W, bum it.
It's you two.
Sidreen.
Are you leaving now? That's right. Today is our last day in prison. But now that Paimon says that, it doesn't feel like we were confined here. It's actually been pretty nice.
A lot of people have helped us out.
Yeah, Paimon feels fond of this place now. Well, then be sure to come back and visit. I'll miss you.
If
I love the memes that came after the last act of this Archon quest. I haven't done the story quest yet. Dang, I'm sorry, man.
I knew you'd ask. All right, sure.
Did you see the last Archon quest before this one?
Well, you actually agreed. No worries, you must be busy. Paimon was just joking.
Ah, so you do have a polite side, I see.
After being down here for so long, I imagine you must feel like you're lacking companionship. Shall I come along too?
Nah, that's alright. It's not like we'll never visit again.
Yeah, don't worry, we'll come back
To be honest, I left off when Child got arrested. Oh.
The chefs sure do know how to make good
The quest after that is a bit boring. People have called it the worst Archon quest for this region because it was just so repetitive.
Well, it seems our work
But after that, it gets really interesting. And I'm really happy to see this final journey. Yeah, you literally, it's an investigative quest, but they make you just like do the same thing over and over again in a row, and a lot of people got really upset over that.
Pass on our kind regards.
I'm sure just your regards will do, no?
I believe it
Yeah.
would be the polite thing to do.
You're right. I've heard the Palais has been terribly busy these days. Tell him that I hope he hasn't been overwhelmed by the recent string of troubles.
I know that investigated thing.
If you're concerned about things at the Palais, why don't you take some time to go up and check things out?
But there's gonna
I
be
believe
so
you
many
should
injured
still have some
prisoners.
vacation time to spend.
Thank you for being so understanding. It means a lot.
Oh, she's actually gonna go.
It's
Let's
been
go.
some time since I've gone to the surface. I
It's where you have
must
to
say
choose
that
an
I've
option,
started
right?
to miss
Yeah.
it a little.
When you're either going to investigate or going to work for the credit coupons.
The Palais Mermonia sure is buzzing with activity today.
Hoot!
Oh, congratulations then. I wish you the best of luck.
Did say you'd be welcome at any time.
Excuse me, would you mind helping me take a look at this report?
I'll be right there. Sorry, I've got my hands full here. You can see yourselves in.
Thank you, Sadine.
Everyone's so busy. Seems a lot has been happening.
They accidentally staggered that transition a little bit.
Hello. You've come at the right time, but you'll have to wait for just a moment, as there are some urgent matters I must tend to first. In the meantime, please, have a seat. If you'd like to have something to drink, let the Melusine outside know.
Ray Chase is such a good voice actor. I love this man in everything that he does. He was Reese from Tales of the Borderlands and Borderlands 3. That's one of my favorite roles from him, but I really do like his Nouvellette voice.
That's all right. We just ate.
Very well, then.
Let's take a break over there while we wait for him to finish his work.
I'm glad they're not making me just sit down and wait.
All right. That should wrap things up for now.
Are you
Oh
done with
my
your work?
god. I just,
Yes,
I'm going
sorry to
back
keep
and
you
replaying
waiting.
through Borderlands 2 right now for my main
Today
channel.
should be the day
I'm
you were
doing
released from
a
the Fortress of
series,
Meripede.
like, if you ever seen the
And it appears
overanalyzing
that you
Avatar,
managed to
I'm
complete all
just
the
doing
release
that, but with
paperwork.
Borderlands 2, and then after that I'm gonna do Tales, not Tales, the pre-sequel, then Tales, then Borderlands 3.
That's right. And we came here to see you right away.
You and Paimon tell Nouvellette everything that's happened since the Primordial Sea incident, as well as your dreams of
Massive
child.
whale.
Tales was so fun. The first one. I've heard bad things about the second one, but I really did enjoy playing through the first Tales of Borderlands game. It was one of my favorite Telltale games.
Do you have any idea what that might be?
Judging from your description, that cannot have occurred in any ordinary waters, but rather something like the Primordial Sea.
Is the Tales like a movie
A whale
game?
of that size and shape
It's
cannot usually be
if you
found
ever
in the
played
waters
The
of
Walking
Tibet.
Dead, the Telltale series,
Therefore, we can only
it's a lot
assume
like
the
that or
child
the
is
Batman
presently
series.
immersed in
So
primordial
it's
seawater.
where you make choices and you do have quick time events and pop-ups like icons where you have to move your cursor or your controller to shoot. But it's mostly just like a visual novel.
Immersed in primordial seawater? But how? And is he okay?
He's not from Fontaine, so he won't dissolve.
Most people wouldn't be capable of entering in the first place. I'm not completely sure how he could have gotten there myself.
What do we want to ask him,
Yes,
traveler?
What is it?
What was that tremor we felt earlier?
Paimon felt it too. We asked the Duke and he said it wasn't from underwater, so we figured you might know something about it.
That doesn't make sense. If it wasn't from the water, why would
It turns
Nicolette
out
know
that I've
something?
just received a report about this particular matter.
I guess he does.
In fact, that's exactly what I was busy with a moment ago. The source of the tremor was here on the surface near Poisson. After the shaking stopped, the water levels in the Poisson area rose at an alarming rate.
The
Oh, we're about to go see my wife, Navia. Navia, you're gonna have to come home.
What about all the people there?
Fortunately, the water levels only rose for a short period of time and have already returned to normal now. However, I still have a bad feeling about
Hey,
the
what?
whole phenomenon.
Hey,
If the change in water
nothing,
levels is
nothing.
connected with the leaking primordial seawater, and the situation in Poisson may be much worse than it appears.
Navia should be in Poisson, right? We need to go check on her.
Yes, Spina de Rosla. I can't. Headquarters is
I would
there.
also like to go there as soon as possible, but I'm afraid I can't leave just yet. We must immediately formulate disaster prevention plans for the surrounding coastal areas to avoid potential catastrophes. I'll have to ask you two to go to Poisson first. I'll meet you there to check on the situation once I finish things here.
Sounds like a plan.
No time to lose. Let's get going.
Please be careful.
Nice. We'll play this for a little bit.
The two of you have my
I have
thanks.
to ask.
If you
Yes?
need any help, just let me know.
So who do you main in Genshin? That is a good question. I am really bad at building characters, but my main team is Fischl, Kazuha, Chungyun, and Xingqiu. So now I just play through any character. I try to wish for all of them, so whichever build I look online, I can just play for fun. My favorite character is Nahida though. Like, playstyle wise. I think I have every 4-star in the game.
What happened here?
These buildings seem to be in pretty rough shape now. There's nobody around. Were they all dissolved? No, let's not assume the worst yet.
Navia should be around here, right? We need to make sure she's still... Paimon means we need to check on her.
A main tells a lot about somebody. What does that main say about me? Oh God, what is he doing on the roof? I wanted to check on him first.
We haven't seen a single soul all the way here. Oh, this is getting scary.
What will I ever do now?
Jesus.
Look, there's someone on the roof over there.
Well, I have never heard anyone main Nadia, so I don't know
Watch
much.
your balance.
That just means you like
Just
pressing
hurry.
E a bunch. Her blooms are way too powerful.
I'm not young anymore. How will I survive on my own? My Desiree!
Did these people actually get dissolved?
Oh, he looks pretty sad.
My leg! My leg!
This is very serious,
How could this have happened?
but that just made me think about the SpongeBob. To be honest, I main everyone, but
Just
if I always
hang
go
in
to
there.
somebody, it would be
Help is
Zhao.
on the way.
Pogo
You can hold
Man!
my hand if it makes you feel better.
I'm not young anymore. How will...
Are you still on the roof? You're not still on the roof, that's good.
My leg!
My leg!
How could this have happened?
Just hang in there. Help is on the way.
Oh, it's Navia. She's over there. Hey, Navia, are you okay?
You're here.
We heard there was a situation in Poisson, so we came as quickly as we could.
Yes. As you can see, the water level suddenly rose. It caused quite the disturbance, in fact.
Okay, so it was just a flood, but not a flood of the primordial sea.
Demoiselle! There was a wounded resident next to a building southeast of here. We've already transported him to safety, but we've run out of medical supplies.
Jesus.
He's wounded? How badly?
He fell, so it's probably a broken leg. He's pretty shaken up. When the water level rose, he desperately climbed up to the roof. Once the water receded,
I think
and
it's
he saw the
funny
ground,
just
he became terrified
how
and eventually...
Paimon's voice evolved throughout playing this game. It was fairly standard, and then it just kept getting
Find the
higher,
leader of Squad
and
1
now
and
it's
tell him to
higher
take the
and
wounded
trying to speak
resident to see a
French.
doctor. He should know where to go.
Understood. I'll take over his search and rescue mission in the meantime.
All right, you'll be in charge. I'm sorry. Where were we?
The situation in Poisson?
Ah, right. Allow me to explain.
Thank you. What's going on?
A little earlier, we suddenly heard a loud noise. At first, everyone thought that something might have exploded in the waterways. But before we knew it, water started pouring out from everywhere. The rushing water seemed a little odd, almost like the unique color of primordial seawater. Some people didn't realize the danger and thought it was just ordinary water leaking from somewhere.
Oh, it was
Everyone
actually.
on the street who happened to be close to the water didn't have a chance to escape. As the water levels rose, they suddenly disappeared.
Yeah, Skirk is coming with that narwhal.
Those who realized what was happening started to flee in a panic, desperately trying to get to higher ground. Many were injured in the stampede, and some people fell from significant heights. The Spina di Rosula initiated rescue operations as quickly as possible, but there have been a lot of casualties. Fortunately, the water began to recede after some time, and the chaos came to an end. The water that flooded the area contained primordial seawater, so the lower levels of Poisson are still hazardous. To ensure everyone's safety, I've asked the people there to leave as soon as possible. No one knows if this could happen again. All we can do for now.
Do we think Koyoverse has the cojones to do a
We
genocide?
still haven't completed the head count.
I don't think so, but I think
have some numbers
Navia
soon.
is going to die for a while in this Archon quest.
And all of this just came out of nowhere.
It was quite frightening indeed. I only wish that everything that just happened was a bad dream.
Is there any way we can help Navia?
Yeah, you can put us to
Thank you
work.
for being so willing to help in a moment of crisis like this. You don't know how much it means to me. I really can't express how grateful I am.
Wait, we're missing some people, aren't we? No, not her bodyguards.
What friends are for?
Demoiselle, we've got a situation here.
I'll be right there.
Dang.
Sorry, I need to go for now.
They bodied the B-listers.
And off she goes. Seems it might be a while before she can take a break.
Navia walks around talking with many people and organizing various matters. Her decisions are clear and
The wounded are
reasonable,
being
and I can't
tended
finish
to,
reading that
And we
text.
finished a preliminary head count. More support has just arrived, so I suppose I finally have a moment to focus on my own matters. Of course, we should remain ready for anything and continue doing our best to rescue others. I'll be sure to have everyone at the Spina di Rosula ready to render assistance. Traveler, Paimon, would you two accompany me to my father's grave for a moment?
Huh?
Of course.
Right now?
Thank you.
Jesus. So many people.
Not a lot of people here, huh?
Well, given the time of day and the whole situation in Poisson, Paimon doesn't think there'd be a ton of people here visiting graves.
Yeah.
Right. That's how things are now. The living are so exhausted that they've no strength to spare any words for the dead.
Navia?
There's no need to push yourself so hard.
Navia, what's wrong?
What do you
Sorry.
mean, what's wrong?
I just... Malus and Silver, they won't ever come back here again. What should I do, Papa?
Huh? What happened to them?
Paimon.
Everyone agreed on the rescue plan, but still, I was the one who initiated it. They were helping evacuate the residents, but they couldn't leave in time. And they were caught in the seawater.
What should we do?
I've known them for so long,
That is really sad.
and I know they weren't afraid. But
They went out like
my family
heroes.
hold a funeral for my father, and I know where he rests. But as for Malus and Silver, they're just gone. I just can't.
Paimon asking funny questions. Paimon really just made her dump out all her trauma. She made her say it out loud. She could not pick up those context clues.
I didn't expect that you'd enjoy a glass of red wine in front of Master Callus's grave.
I can understand. Besides, the scenery here isn't half bad.
See, it's not just me. I always want to bring something when I visit Papa. Perhaps we might even have a picnic. He wouldn't be angry, would
For
he?
real. Then she said, "What should we do?"
Upset with you, demoiselle. Yet the cemetery is the home of those who have passed, is it not? Everyone ends up here sooner or later, no matter who you are.
Buying yourself a plot in advance, are you?
No need yet. But when I do, I hope you'll let me be buried beside Master Callus, demoiselle.
Aw,
Hey,
Alfred.
Stop joking around.
I'm quite serious. That way, it'll save us both the trip to see each other whenever you visit your father's grave.
That makes sense. In that case, could I be buried on his other side?
After all, besides you, demoiselle, the two of us could certainly be considered Master's closest companions, no?
Personally,
Yeah.
I believe we fill those shoes just fine.
Why are you bringing this up all of a sudden? Seriously. All right. I'll remember your requests.
What did we just see?
But
Hu
I'd
Tao
really
and
prefer
Fontaine
not
just
to talk
capitalizing,
about this
trying to
stuff.
sell,
And what do you
trying to
mean
sell
by
her
saving me a
service
trip?
to the people out
I'd
there
make
trying
the
to avoid a
journey even
flood.
if I had to visit you
That
two
would be
somewhere
so
else.
wild.
I'd promised to let them rest in peace here. But here I am breaking
Nah,
that
that's
promise.
cold. Yeah, but that is something that she would do, if we're
I'm
being
sorry for
honest.
letting you see me in a mess like
Couldn't
this.
see that.
I don't usually cry, really.
Paimon doesn't
It
know how
is.
to help you feel better. But, well, she understands how you feel.
I had always thought I could make my wishes come true. But now that I think about it, that never solely relied on me. Many things can only be accomplished with someone else's help. Malus and
True.
Silver have helped me so much. But by contrast, I could do nothing for them.
That's a
I'm
lie.
so sorry.
You can spend as much time as you need here, Navia. We'll stay with you.
She'll be like 50% off a new coffin.
Thank you.
She'll just
Right
get
now,
some bottles and
you
start
don't
putting
know
the
how
water
much
into
that
the bottles
means.
and selling them to the people.
By the way, you can have a look at this. It's a list of victims from the incident that took place here.
Jesus.
Obena, Khan, Burnett, Giverny,
We just saw Khan,
Francine,
though.
Karina, Daisy Ray, Joinville, Julianne, Esson, as well as Malus and Silver. So, everyone else is safe. But
It's okay. I know what you're thinking. The overall outcome indicates that the cost was worth it.
No one's sacrifice is truly necessary.
Right. Don't think that way, Navia. One person might be saved at the expense of another, sure, but that isn't something we should ever consider a trade.
Paimon doing her
Melissa
inner Steve
Silver were
Rogers.
not
We
the
shouldn't
price
trade
for
lives.
saving anyone. They're heroes.
You're right. Thank you, Paimon. What you said just now was pretty amazing, actually. I'll remember your words.
Oh, really?
Seems you've become more eloquent in the time since we last met.
Arlecchino! I just realized now out of all of Archon's missions besides Amazula, everybody is dying.
Is everything going well on your side?
Yes, my people are carrying out the mission according to your request.
Is
All
that
the
my
residents
bae?
of Poisson have been evacuated, and we're preparing to relocate them to higher ground.
I really hope
As
that they
for
do
the
not pull a
supplies, we have everything
Signora.
taken
They
care
need
of.
her to be
There's
playable.
No need to worry.
Thank you very much.
Wait, do you two know each other?
We just met recently. Right, Miss Navia?
Usually, I would call this a coincidental encounter. But that doesn't quite fit this time. Besides, it never even crossed my mind that a Fatui Harbinger would come looking for me. Thanks to the Knave, Spina di Rosula received generous support from the Fatui, which allowed us to complete the
Bro, I'm
rescue
so
and
mad
evacuation
Signora
work
isn't
so
playable.
quickly.
They might
Mutual
bring
aid
her
is
back with a
essential to
new
fostering
design like they
positive
did
developments.
Wanderer.
We were already in the area.
Or
in any
maybe
case.
that's just me trying to cope.
That said, I must say that you're a lot sharper than you let on. I'm sure you understand what I mean.
I apologize for all the ways in which I tested you previously. We've never worked with a Fatui before, and it's extremely important for us to know who we're working with. My subordinates have reported that Fatui soldiers have been observing water levels and taking head counts in various locations. I hear that they've also
I'm
prepared
surprised Traveler is not more mad at Navia for working with Fatui. They always seem to get really mad whenever somebody turns out to be
It
Fatui.
is simply the way of powerful organizations to act forcefully, whether they are doing good or ill. You've witnessed that firsthand, in any case. As I've told this traveler before, I know of the prophecy, and I intend to prevent the impending disaster. Lending your organization a hand was a natural first step in accomplishing that. As such, do not be troubled by this token of our sincerity. Perhaps one day, you'll also be able to help me in the same way.
Without your help, there would have been many more casualties. I won't forget your kindness.
Thanks,
Furthermore,
Knave.
I sincerely regret what happened to Malus and Silver. I only wish that my people could have arrived a little earlier to prevent this from happening.
Don't say that. You and your subordinates did everything you could. As Paimon said, Malus and Silver didn't choose to sacrifice themselves for any specific person. And they weren't the price paid for other salvation. They chose to become heroes themselves. I've never liked hearing people put it that way. It's like trying to relieve pain by saying some noble-sounding words. But right now, there's nothing more suitable. They really did become heroes.
This is good
You're
for
right.
Navia's character.
I'm sorry for your loss.
She was so mad at her father for doing something similar and just throwing away his life to protect her. But now she can respect
Water
people
is
who
life
do
to
it, like
Fontaine's
Malus and Silver.
And it also spells disaster. It's no wonder that people always say that prophecies represent fate. Fortunately, I've never been one for such opinions.
So, you're one who will try to change fate then?
Of course. That is why I'm going to Hotel Bouffe de Thé. I still have some things to take care of, and the children need my attention.
Bye, father.
By the way, Traveler, Paimon, one more thing.
Yes?
Alright, then we'll just... Huh? This isn't right. Paimon thought you would ask us to walk with you for a moment so you could tell us something in private.
That is a clever and useful conversation technique, which I do like to use when necessary. But there's no need today. It would not hurt to have Miss Navia listening in. Traveler, I'm sure you remember that I said we could work together when we had the chance.
Now is that
you and I both
chance.
know that there may be issues with the Primordial Sea. Previously, it was the Fortress of Meripede's sluice gate, and this time it was the water levels in Poisson. These are both signals.
So the time for jolly cooperation has come.
Indeed. Allow me to share the latest intel I've received from the House of the Hearth's intelligence network with you. During some recent investigations, a child claimed to have discovered some ruins near Poisson. The ruins date back to ancient times, and seem to be worth investigating in many ways. Judging by the dating of the ruins, they may be related to the prophecy and the coming crisis. The situation is becoming more urgent, so any pertinent information will prove extremely precious. My people initially came to prepare for ruin exploration. Unexpectedly, this disaster struck, and at present, we're all busy prioritizing the rescue effort.
So we need to explore these ruins for you.
Already in Poisson.
I wanted to take the children along, but unfortunately, Linny, Lynette, and Fremine have all been dispatched to higher ground to assist affected residents.
I need to build up Lynette and Fremine.
Outside of the house, the person they trust most is you, which is why I want to give you this task.
Why are you trying to make yourself look suspicious,
the
traveler?
House members see each other as family, but Linny, Lynette, and Fremine said that they also see you as such, even though you are not from the house. I'm sure you already understand how earnest they consider their friendship with you to be.
Yeah. We did tell them about the sea, even though I was against them.
The intel I just shared about the ruins could fetch a high price. But since the children consider you family, it's only natural that I freely share it with you.
Thanks.
Got it! So all we gotta do is go to some ruins, right? We can handle that.
Excuse me, but may I tag along?
Of course.
You wish to join,
Oh.
Miss Navia?
But are you sure you're up to exploring some ruins? You need to rest.
6-person team, we get Navia and...
Sad, yes. But I can't just go back and plop myself into a chair by the roadside and do nothing. There's no point in being depressed while we still have a disaster on our hands. As my father's successor, I must live up to the hopes he had in me. Besides, I'm also doing this for myself. I need something, a distraction, to keep my mind off Malus and Silver.
I get that. Yes, come with
Since
us.
you put it that way, I have no objections. What do you... All right. The ruins are to the south of Poisson.
This is a power team, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, the three of us will handle it. Come on, let's pack up and get going.
3? Paimon, are you not counting yourself? Which means the ore trees, the ore trees is unprotected right now. And I think that's Arlecchino's real target. I think she's using us right now
So,
as a distraction while some other people are checking out the ore trees again.
talk about old.
They seem to be pretty ancient, all right.
Oh, she's definitely going to check out the ore trees. That's why she's not with us.
Just be careful.
Place of secrets. Yeah, that's fine. We'll use this. Okay. We're not touching any oh, Lenny's dead. Ha. We're not touching any water. This has the same structure as the Ordo. Okay.
I see everything. Clearly now.
A round of applause.
Step. Hey.
Silence!
eyes beckon. Just.
I see everything. Yeah.
Yeah, this looks like the Fontaine Research Institute and the Ordo architecture. Oh, this floor is gonna break. You see that?
The floor here isn't safe.
Ooh, chest. What are those controls?
Now disappear.
Bow your head.
I don't know why I'm using this team for these monsters. I don't have nearly enough time to wait for these blooms to go off. Okay.
This place has also been
Dang, they're not even able to trial Navia.
seawater.
Yeah. And
That is a lot.
A lot of it, too. A Fontanian would most likely dissolve the moment they fell in.
Right. You can't go down if there's primordial seawater. It's too dangerous, and it won't be any help for you to just stay here.
Why'd we do that?
Don't get Paimon wrong. We're not saying you're useless. It's just that...
No, you're right. I can't do anything in this situation. I'll leave this to you.
Maybe there's no way back.
That complicates things. Maybe the only way left is forward.
In that case, do you want to wait for us here?
I don't recommend that. I want to watch her.
The water levels here are unstable.
Yeah.
And there's a chance the water will rise. So staying here wouldn't be safe either. I'll go together with you. Perhaps we'll find the exit just up ahead.
All right. Come with us for now then, but...
Now what happens if I just jump into this seawater with...
Oh no, it's a dead end! Let's try climbing over from the side.
I am curious. Okay, Nahida. Okay, if you just jump into it with anybody, it takes you out. But if you jump into it with a Fontaine character, do they not dissolve? Yeah, I thought so.
Let's move out.
God, I didn't even try to do it that time. Okay, this time for real. Please, thank you. Any secrets? No.
Let's move out.
Investigate. Yeah, this is definitely part of the Fontaine Research Institute. Put some music here. All right. What the hell is that? Are we fighting? No? Okay. Is this Romaria? Is this some, Romaria?
There's something wrong with this bridge! Run for it!
I'm glad I made it. Oh god, Navia's gonna fall. This is where Navia dies. No. Oh, this is what happens when you get dissolved?
Demoiselle.
Huh?
Demoiselle, what are you doing here by yourself? Would you be standing here till dark if I hadn't come to get you?
What's going on?
Maybe she just wants some time to herself, Malus.
It's about to get real. Yeah.
Hmm? Oh.
They have entered the collective conscious.
Was I sleeping?
Yes, it would appear so.
I must be tired.
That's
what is happening?
Quite possible. However, you were the one that suggested we go out for a walk.
Oh, right. I nearly forgot.
I forgot.
It must have slipped my mind when I dozed off. I haven't had a nap today yet. Have I? This is a familiar feeling, yet something's a little strange.
Yes, why is there a filter on me?
Is something the matter, Demoiselle?
Oh, no. No, I'm fine. I was just trying to recall why we came out for a walk.
Do you remember Mr. Giverny? He'd requested our help before with foreign merchants who had a debt dispute with him, and we'd resolved the matter not long ago.
We were headed to see how things were going with him at the moment.
Ah, right. Yes. I remember now.
Oh, Miss Navia. Ah, Mr. Malus. And Mr. Silver, too. It's good to see all of you.
What is this distortion effect?
How have you been?
I've been great. Thanks to your help, those bothersome merchants finally realized that I wasn't the one they were looking for. Why, I wasn't even the guarantor for that person. They were knocking at my door day and night. Even my neighbor Obina was getting fed up with them.
Sometimes,
what is this illusion? I'm getting uneasy.
Down and get them to listen to what you have to say.
That's right. Oh, by the way, Burnett, what was it that you wanted to give to Miss Navia again?
Oh, yes. One moment, I have it right here. Miss Navia, these are some flower seeds that I prepared. Please take them. They're a very good variety, and they'll become very big and beautiful once they bloom.
Alliteration.
I don't know what we would have done without your help, so this is a little token of our appreciation. I hope you won't refuse.
Ah, did you cultivate them yourself? Thank you so...
Why, we can have as many pots as you'd like, Demoiselle.
Perfect. In that case, we'll swap out some of the decorative plants for some of Mrs. Burnett's flowers.
Oh, she's slowing down.
Wait. Something seems to be off here. Excuse me, madam. If I'm not mistaken, your name is
Oh,
Burnett,
she's remembering the list of victims.
That's right. Is something wrong?
No, it's nothing. This is the first time we've ever met, but your name seemed familiar to me. I must have heard it when I was discussing things with your husband previously. I've heard this name before. Sometime recently, I'm sure of it. And why are there so few people around here? Where did everyone go?
We must mind the time, Demoiselle. We still have important things to attend to today.
Huh? We do? Like what?
Well, now, did you forget?
Miss Navia, here you are. I've been looking for you. Please, come to the Opera House. Your trial is about to begin.
Trial?
My trial? Wait, why would I need to go to the Opera House?
Yes, she's right, Demoiselle. It's just about time now, so we should get going.
Oh? All right then.
What is going on? And then they give us a hint about ley lines. Traveler and Paimon just
Look,
looking.
It's Navia. She's here.
And her two attendants are with her. Goodness, everyone's finally here.
Yeah, so this is everybody who got dissolved so far.
There sure are a lot of people here to see the trial. And they all seem to be oddly excited about something. I even know some of these people. Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen. Why are so many people here? And why do I have no recollection of this case? And as for the judge... huh? Where's Monsieur Neuvillette?
Please sit in the defendant's seat. Don't worry, Silver and I shall accompany you.
All right. But are you sure you can stand behind me?
Typically, it wouldn't be allowed, but today is an exception.
Is Navia on trial?
Hey, what kind of place do they think this is?
Come on, do they have any idea what they're doing?
Seriously.
Enough with the whispering! Could someone please tell me where Monsieur Neuvillette is? And why I'm standing trial?
My dear Miss Navia, have you not yet realized what you've done? In that case, allow me to explain. As all here know, you are Master Callus's successor, the head of the Spina di Rosula, someone held in high regard by every soul in Poisson. After you took over the Spina, you treated all of us just like the late Master Callus had. If anyone in need reached out to you for help, you responded. Not only you, but your butler, your subordinates, nearly everyone in the Spina di Rosula fought for the well-being of those in Poisson.
So why are I on trial?
Wait a moment. Aren't you just proving that I'm a good person?
Yes, correct. Absolutely right. And that is why you stand accused. You have helped so many people get through so many difficulties. You are one with us. We are inseparable. We are one big family, all of us who are from Poisson, inextricably linked. And with you being so important, we couldn't possibly do without you. Therefore, this fair and honorable court shall declare you guilty, and you shall stay here. You will be together with us forever.
Oh?
What are you saying? Everything you have said is correct. I have indeed done a lot for my...
Ah, well, if that's what you think, then I have no further comments.
How wonderful, Miss Navia!
Yeah, they're all gonna get merged together? Question mark.
I know all these people. Why are they laughing?
I seem to remember now. Yes, I get it. This trial is...
Wait just a moment. This isn't right!
Oh, that's the line.
Malus?
What was that, Mr. Malus? Our conclusion is very clear and unanimous. Let the court judge her now. She's guilty!
Guilty!
Stay here, Navia! You're one of us!
Demoiselle, don't admit guilt. This trial means to keep you here.
I wish to exercise my right to defend Our Lady. Mr. Joinville, you only know of Navia's goodness, but nothing of her utterly independent mind.
She was born a free and independent spirit. She has never been tied down by anything. Indeed, even the death of Master Callus couldn't stop her.
Her actions cannot serve as proof that she identifies herself as part of any group. She merely acted as an individual, extending her hand to help others. Please do not mistake her actions as being otherwise.
Really? As an individual, you say? Don't forget, we are all Fontanians here. This is the nation of justice, the nation of Hydro. Even if Miss
so
Navia
very
only
confused.
voluntarily rendered her assistance, that doesn't change the fact that her beautiful soul must return to everyone. Water accepts all, blends with all. It will surely accept her kindness.
Yeah, so she's
Everything is
on
measured
trial
here
and
in
they're
the nation
trying
of
to
Hydro.
get her
And in the
mind
end,
to be
everyone
convinced to
shall
blend
meld
in with
together.
everybody
Thus,
as
when
she's
a unanimous
dissolving.
opinion emerges, that opinion represents justice. Now I speak for everyone. Our opinion is consistent. Navia should stay. We and Navia are one.
Yeah.
And you would call this justice? Preposterous. You are merely jealous that Demoiselle still has a chance to exist as an individual. Have you forgotten how much you all once longed to become individuals, to become independent?
Do you mean to defy our justice?
Why does Navi have a chance to become an individual, though?
As you
Is she like
said,
half
we
Fontanian
can
only?
also have our own justice. Silver and I shall defend Demoiselle. And that is how we will enforce justice.
Spit.
My head... it hurts.
Demoiselle.
Silver, it hurts. My head is spinning. All I can see is stars swirling in front of me. I remember now. Everything that seemed odd from the very beginning.
They gave us flashbacks inside to what we just saw.
Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen, and Mr. Giverny and Mrs. Burnett, who we met earlier. Even Malus and Silver. I don't want to admit it, but they're all dead.
I'm so glad Hoyo got really creative with these cameras. What is it called? The positioning and the editing for this
cannot be judged. We
nation?
are the majority, and in the nation of trials, the majority is absolute justice.
That's not how that works.
We are the will of all. Don't let them escape. We shall keep Navia here with us.
Mr. Malus and Mr. Silver, must you be so stubborn?
Oh?
How could the two of you possibly hope to stand against the collective? Do not resist. This judgment is fair and just.
Renee
Belongs to us.
They're turning into an Oceanid.
She should
Oceanid.
not be left alone in Poisson.
What are you saying?
No more excuses.
He says we're jealous. Jealous? How could she possibly be an independent individual?
What's with these people?
Who's jealous of her?
She belongs to us.
Miss Navia.
So what's happening is what happened with the people that oh, Nouvelette's here.
That's
The disappearing woman case with the one Schneznayan.
Such commotion is prohibited in the court. The accusations you just presented are nonsense and cannot constitute a proper trial. The court will adjourn for the rest of the day. In this, I shall hear no objections from any unauthorized party.
Our thanks, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Please leave with me, Miss Navia, while there is still time.
But...
Go on now, Demoiselle. This is your only chance to leave this place. What, can't bear to leave us behind or something?
Malus.
So does this mean that Farina already gave Nouvelette and Neuvillette the authority back? Because now he has control over the Primordial Sea if
Quickly,
he's here and able to rescue Navia.
Farewell.
Because I know after the original Hydro Dragon got defeated, that power went to Egeria. And then I'm presuming Egeria passed it down to Farina. Or the person inside the,
Just a second!
How are you alive?
Navia?
You're awake. Good.
I must have been dreaming.
Yeah.
Malus and Silver were still alive, and they were defending me at some insane trial.
It looks like you're all right.
Did all the sad feelings cause you to have a nightmare?
The ruins you were exploring suffered a cave-in. When I arrived, I found you falling toward the water. You were just about to be dissolved within, but I...
Oh?
What is it?
I think I saw 2 Oceanids protecting you. It was only for a moment, perhaps even a fraction of a second, but they gave me the chance to retrieve you. Were it not for their intervention, I would not have been able to rescue you before your consciousness dissipated.
Wait, did you say Oceanids? You mean
Vache.
like what happened with Vache?
So the people that are dissolved become
Perhaps
oceanids.
those two oceanids were the people you saw in your dream.
Luz
I
and Silver.
always told them that they didn't have to protect me. To think that they'd keep doing so even after death.
Please come with me.
Aw. Drop the lore on us, Nuve.
Neuvillette, are you okay?
Hmm? Oh, I am quite all right. Perhaps there's something we could chat about?
Yes, I'm all
Why
ears.
do you look so stiff all of a sudden? Oh, Paimon knows. You're the type who feels awkward when there's nothing to talk about, right?
I think that's far from the truth, Paimon, but thanks.
I merely thought that we should give Navia some time to herself.
Huh? Why didn't you just say so then? Don't you think it's even more awkward to call us over like this and then have nothing to talk about?
I suppose so.
By the way, Sigewine sends her regards.
Sigewine. I hope all is well with her these days. Her work in the Fortress of Meropide has not been too much for her, has it?
No way, don't worry. She's doing fine down there. She's an amazing head nurse.
And an amazing shot.
I see. Well, that is good. I have always worried that Sigewine would need a lot of time to understand the world of humanity, just as I have.
Oh, and the Duke also says hi. Even though Sigewine made him do that. He hopes that you haven't been overwhelmed by all that's happened lately.
Thank you. I have indeed been busy lately, and I also hope that everything is going well in the Fortress of Meropide.
It was when we left, but with all these caves in, I don't even know.
Let's chat about something else then.
You're the expert here, Paimon. What should we talk about?
Neuvillette, you're probably quite the swimmer, huh?
Paimon.
Yes, of course.
This isn't going anywhere. Let's try something else.
The Knave? You've been in communications?
How did you find these ruins? Did the Knave tell you?
Yes, in fact.
Oh,
I had
actually.
arranged to meet you in Poisson, but when I arrived, I discovered that the Fatui were helping the residents evacuate. They had even transported a large quantity of supplies to the area. Amid my astonishment, I ran into the Knave, and we had a chat. She informed me that she had asked you to investigate the ancient ruins here.
No, she's definitely planning something. She's taking away all the big players to this ruin.
We thought you might still be busy with all those official documents. We didn't think exploring the ruins
This is the
would take
perfect time for
very
her to
long,
go
and who
do
would've
some
thought you'd wrap things up
investigating
so
on her own.
quickly?
Love is destruction.
I'm sorry to have kept you all waiting like that. I'm feeling much better now. I guess we should get going again. Will you come with us, Monsieur Neuvillette?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind my company.
All right, another one joins the party. Let's get going then.
The fanfare plays. We now have Neuvillette.
The Temple of Wisdom. Rest and rebuild.
And
I see everything. Committed to memory.
Silence!
let's get this show on the road.
Let the mighty be humbled!
13K vape. Love to see it.
Step right.
Hold the line.
Settle down!
There we go. That was the most pointless room. Let's put some music back
Another
on.
unstable path. Watch your step.
It's PUBG. I thought that was actually going to break on me. We know this is so unstable. Why wasn't I just climbing the walls in the first place? Oh my god. Thank you. Come on.
Watch out! There are rocks falling over here!
That's fine.
Rust and Reven, make yourselves at home!
Be sanctified.
A round of applause.
I missed. Thanks. I don't think I needed 3. Oh, rocks are still falling. Lenny, buddy, how? How? He was... Chance. It almost did not give me my items. Try to time me out on my items.
I see everything. Yeah.
Settle down.
Everyone hold hands.
The tide is beckoning.
Evidence of the deep. Allow me.
Yeah, I can't play without Kazuha. Kazuha's going on the team next. I'm replacing Pokemon for Kazuha.
Stay calm.
Virgin.
Ouch. Here comes the finale.
Be sanctified.
Cool. Okay. I don't like this architecture. This is making me think more and more about the Doomsday foreshadowing that we got from that one Melusine. Ooh, automatic. Not just yet. Okay, just yet. This is a really big underground ruin. This might be some ruins of Romaria. Meeting is also parting. Investigate the space ahead. Okay, I wanted it. Okay. Yeah, open the door real quick before I continue. No, it just locks me in here. I should have checked out the settings some more outside. That's fine.
Looks like we've reached the end.
This is the place. There should not be any other hidden spaces in the vicinity.
The path sure had some twists and turns, but it turns out that this place isn't actually that big.
We just skipped an entire area. Oh, the prophecy.
Slates. It seems like they were put here as an offering. Could we take them down and have a look?
Perhaps we should just leave them be for now.
Novelette's plotting.
There are 4 locations in total, but only 3 stone slates. The slate that should be in the first empty spot is missing.
The surrounding walls also show signs of damage.
There's something written below. Let Paimon see. Reason dictates that this nation be destroyed. I shall record the history of its future here in its past. Say what?
Cyclical natures of destruction, my friend.
These words here for a purpose. But does he mean that Fontaine should be destroyed?
That would fit the circumstances dictated by the prophecy, yes. Indeed, the slate's contents correspond to it. Take the second slate, for example.
There's a person kneeling here. She seems so dedicated. And there's a whole bunch of other people behind her doing the same. She's facing this... what is this? Some kind of island in the sky?
People are praying to Celestia.
Lady Farina in the third image? Did the Hydro Archon fall into the water?
And is that a ring of people around her? Paimon doesn't quite get it. Are they all in the water?
The fourth image. I know this one. This exactly matches the content of the prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne.
Reveal yourself.
More information should be hidden in these slates, but I fear I cannot easily uncover it, most likely due to us missing the first slate. I am very sorry.
Nah, you're doing good.
Monsieur Neuvillette. Deciphering ancient stone slates isn't one of your duties.
Ooh, Paimon's getting the chills just looking at these slates. This says that it's the history of the future, right? That means the prophecy's sure to come true.
I don't know about that one.
I really hope it doesn't mean that.
Still...
So the prophecy is gonna come true, but in a weird way.
It's kind of weird when you look at them together.
The issue is the order of the third and fourth images, right?
If the images are in chronological order, shouldn't the fourth, the waters drowning Fontaine, come before the third, where the Hydro Archon herself falls into the water?
And yet the order is reversed here.
What sin are the people in the images confessing
if we go
to?
by timing, Lady Farina only emerges in the third image. That means that the person in the second image might be the previous Hydro Archon.
So that's Egeria?
I had never met her, but her appearance here does match the records.
What do you mean you've never
Previous
met her?
Archon kneeling before the floating island in the skies, as if confessing a sin.
Did she herself commit that sin? And if not, why would she be in such a posture? Also, I'm still wondering why these ancient stone slates are here at all. Judging from their contents, could this place be the origin of the prophecy? Does that mean that someone, or some people, once saw these slates?
But who would have created these slates and left these words here?
So yeah, I think
it seems that any
what happened is
will have to come from Farina.
Ooh, we're about to go
In that
see
case,
her.
There's no time to lose. There's nothing else to be gained here, so let's head back first.
Yeah, we better get somewhere safe for now.
So the first slate missing is Egeria's original sin, and that's cursed her and the people of Fontaine, and that caused Farina to be born and suffer because of Egeria's sin. And her sin has to be similar to the Dari, which is creating these people. So I think after Rumeria fell, she made copies of every Fontainian, and Celestia did not like that.
Let's split up here. I'm going to check on what's happening with the Spina. You know how it is. There's some things you just need to be there for yourself.
You still have energy for that, Navia? Paimon's already beat.
I get you, Paimon. So am I.
Just head back to the Fleuve Cendre and have a rest then. Thanks for keeping me company all this time.
Of course.
I'll depart as well. Thanks for your hard work today. Rest well, everyone. Traveler, I will go talk to Farina tomorrow morning to ask about the stone slates. I'm sure that you're concerned about this matter as well. If you have time, drop by my office. I will share the results of our discussion with you.
Are you really gonna her about this directly, will that be a problem? But
She has long been harboring secrets and will not give them up easily, which makes it all the more my duty to ensure that she understands the present situation.
all right, we'll leave it in your hands then. You're probably the best person to talk to her anyway.
Yeah.
I will be carefully considering my words tonight.
They're about to make me wait an entire day again.
Our safe house at the Fleuve Cendre is always open to you, as ever. So please don't think you're an imposition. All right. I'll be on my way then.
Genshin didn't make me wait a day? They're learning.
Welcome back. We've got a special menu prepared for you two tonight.
Thank you, Tetre. Tetra? I don't.
No, the boss is the best. Ooh, desserts. Nice. These are all Paimons. Paimon's already starting to forget.
Did you just call a piece of chicken dessert? Mona Majestus?
Oh, that voice. Is that who I think it is?
Huh?
It's you two. What are you doing in Fontaine?
I started hearing her everywhere. She's in so much projects. Did the stars not tell you that we might meet here?
Seriously, nobody just uses a scry glass whenever they've got time to just see who they'll meet on the road.
Still, we didn't expect to see you here. Wait, you're not a Fontanian, are you, Mona?
We finally get
I
answers.
have some business to attend to here, so I booked a hotel in the city. I was just out for a stroll.
She
when I
didn't.
bumped
She
into
didn't say
you.
yes or no.
Unexpectedly, if I might add. Why did you think I was from Fontaine, though?
Okay.
Is that because Magistus doesn't sound much like a Mondstadter surname?
So she's not from Fontaine.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Well, I used to have my own surname, which was, well, some other thing. Either way, the old hag told me when she took me as her disciple that the first step to being a great astrologist's pupil was to change that name. There was nothing for it, really. She really is amazing at astrology, so I changed my name to what it is now according to her wishes. To my surprise, however, Magistus is not the name of some ancient house or clan.
It isn't?
Nope. Although it is used by us in place of surnames, it generally just means great.
I am Mona the Great.
Wow! Imagine including a boast in your name. Wait, are you gonna have to put that into your genealogy as well?
I reckon so. In any case, I'd give my disciple a name like this as well, if I were to take one.
May I ask what your master's name is?
Astromancer Barbeloth Trismegistus.
Whoa, that's a long one. Does it also mean great or something?
My name means Mona the Great Astrologist. As for the old hag, hers is, in plain speech, the thrice-as-great Scholar of the Stars. Just take it as a title specific to astrologists.
Thrice as great? That's so petty.
I know, right? That's just how she is. She used to call herself Magistus, actually, but when she took me in, she changed her name to Trismegistus.
That's funny.
Excessive.
He said, I am 3 times better than you. You need to know this.
Calling card of our school, so to speak, which makes it about the same as a surname. It's all right if you don't get it. You can look into it further should you need to study astrology more deeply.
Triple strength traveler.
But anyway, you're not Fontanian, are you, Mona? You're from Mondstadt, right?
Well, I was born in Mondstadt, yes. My parents migrated to Dorman Port, and I traveled with the old hag for a while, after which I settled down in Mondstadt City.
Oh, that's a good thing then.
That guy's Fontanian locked account is ruined. Dang.
Speaking of that, I'm sure you're aware that a bunch of things have happened here in Fontaine, right? I know you're not a local, but I'd avoid getting too close to any water that looks strange all the same. There's something ominous about it. Well, the water, I mean.
God. Or should I say yacht? No. Did you come to Fontaine because of the prophecy,
That was
Mona?
the main reason, yes. Just a while back, the Steambird invited me to take part in a panel and speak about the circulation of the prophecy as an astrologist. The invitation was sent quite early on. I don't think anyone expected Fontaine to be in this much trouble.
Well, I wouldn't say anyone.
Mona? Just tell
House
us
of the
what
Heart
you
was
think
on
as an
that.
astrologist. Your word would go a long way to make things more certain and less scary.
What I can tell you is that I'm an astrologist, and that this prophecy concerns the fate of Fontaine, even that of Ultivat. Ascertaining this is akin to reading the fortune of the whole world. I'm afraid that this is not something that just anyone can do. If I could do it, you would no longer call me an astrologist, but a visionary.
Oh?
But on the flip side, the prophecy is so huge and powerful that it must surely come from a powerful visionary. Its contents involve the fate of the world. Disregarding it would be a mistake.
So, who came up with the prophecy? Who foretold?
Really powerful and all, but does such a person really exist?
Of course. The old hag could do it, and I bet there are others amongst those Hexenzirkel colleagues of hers who could do something similar.
Oh, we're about to meet Mona's master? No.
Are you sure?
Maybe.
All right, I'll help you. It isn't often that I see you with such a serious look on your face. I'll tell you once I hear back from her.
Interesting.
You're amazing as always.
Oh, well, this is something only I can do after all.
That's the greatest of astrologists for you. Of all the people we know, you know the star's the best.
Indeed. That's the spirit.
Oh, sorry. I came to see what all the commotion was about. If there's anything you...
Oh, whoops. Guess we were getting a little too carried away there. Well, I'll go tend to my own business now.
And there she goes, quick as rushing water. And here we are.
I've never seen Mona run before. That is weird. That was a weird animation. Well, we were making a ruckus.
But we were able to recruit Mona's help, didn't we? Good morning.
I hate your yawns, Paimon.
Still feeling kind of sleepy. But it's time to get up, traveler. We agreed to go see Neuvillette, so let's pack it up and get going.
Whoa, why'd your arms come down so fast? We should be seeing Farina really soon. What's going on, Sadine?
You're here! Finally!
Oh? Urgent.
Is something wrong?
Monsieur Neuvillette and Lady Farina, they seem to have gotten into a dispute. Please go see for yourself.
Oh, they arguing?
Like I said, I've already explained everything.
And yet the problem has not been properly solved. There is little space for excuses between us.
Neuvillette's gonna put her on trial directly.
But please, tell me where you stand. You are the Hydro Archon Focalor, are you not?
Ooh.
Look at this. This is a list of the victims from the recent Poisson incident.
You mean they're all...
We did not
She's
arrive
getting
in time
so
to avert this
overwhelmed.
disaster, and I will not have it happen again. I will say this once more. You must tell me everything you know.
Yes, get to the bottom of it.
I found 3 stone slates in some ancient ruins near Poisson. Do you know anything about those?
Seriously? You're questioning me like this is a court case now. I don't know anything about that. But you found them in some ancient ruins, you say?
That's correct, which is why I came to ask you some questions. There should have been 4 slates, but one of them was missing. The other 3 feature different images that seem to correlate to the prophecy.
The prophecy?
I don't think she knows anything that's going on, and that sucks so much.
Kneeling before a floating island in the sky, as if confessing something. Do you know nothing of this either?
I don't. I've never seen such slates.
I'll ask you again. Do you really have no information regarding the previous Archon?
Man, she's
My
about to lie to
deciphering
his
of the
face
slates
right now.
indicates that the Hydro Archon Egeria once had to confess to or apologize for a certain sin. If anyone would know about it, it should be you.
All gods don't have the same secrets, you know. She was herself and I'm me. Is it really so strange that I know nothing?
Yes.
I understand your concerns, but I'm sorry. I just don't have anything to tell you.
You know what's going on with the Ortree state. I can't say that.
Forgive me for saying this now, Lady Farina, but I have long known of your various secret investigations into certain matters.
Oop. Call out post.
There are several indications that you have been investigating the prophecy on the sly. This is not strange in itself, considering that you are the Hydro Archon. But it is strange that you should also claim to not know any of Egeria's secrets, as well as do nothing following your inquiries. You have never been as superficial as you have presented yourself to be, nor are you a fool. And yet, your behavior is very inconsistent.
So you've been watching me all this time, have you? I didn't think you were that type.
She really is playing up this Mad Hatter.
Well, since you know about my secret investigations, then you should know I'm actually working to take care of it. There's no point questioning or suspecting me. You're the Eudix, but you're still my subordinate. You should be following my lead.
Dang.
Just trust in me. You're Archon, and do as I say. Never mind whether you can truly convince yourself to or not. It'll all turn out fine.
Yeah,
That's all I have to say.
it's either
We do not
Arlecchino or
discuss this
Nouvelette, but
matter
they're putting
again.
you on trial.
Oh, the opera's about to start. Toodles!
He's pissed. Oh, her hair's lighting up. She changed. She just changed in front of us.
Did Farina not notice us standing by the door? Wonder what's up with her.
I assume you've been outside for a while now?
Oh, you noticed. Seems Farina didn't even realize we were here.
She was in a great panic, though I cannot discern the reason. Our discussion reached impasses time and again, a state of affairs that we cannot allow to continue. Still, I do not understand. Dialogue is the basis for understanding, so why did she keep refusing to engage? Everyone in her inner circle has noticed that she is hiding some secret. The issue is her attitude. I fear that she will not reveal anything unless absolutely forced to.
Yeah.
We may have to create a situation in which she will have no choice but to speak.
Yeah, he's definitely putting her on trial.
Like what?
Normally, people will only reveal the truth when standing trial. Perhaps we must have the Hydro Archon experience just such a scenario.
But Farina's seen so many trials, and she's really good at dodging questions. How do we make sure that she won't
Are we
just
going to be
slip away
prosecuting
the
her?
first chance she gets?
We will need to consider this thoroughly, join forces with various parties, and then
Yeah,
do
this
what
is
we
the team
can.
up we're doing with Fatui.
If at all possible, I would prefer to recuse myself from this affair, but we must prevent the prophecy from coming to pass.
Is this how
This may be cruel,
Arlecchino's going to get the
but all
gnosis
Fontaine is
in exchange for
inconsistent.
helping?
The information a god possesses is too precious, and so we must take a chance on this.
We're going to work with the Fatui and they're going to get the gnosis because of this trial.
But who will lend us their aid to do such a thing?
I know just the person. Who are we calling? Yanfei?
Well, that's everyone, huh?
No.
Speaking of which, it was pretty smart of you to think of hiding here.
Poisson was just involved in a disaster, so it's presently devoid of people.
And here you are drinking tea like it's the most natural thing in the world, huh?
Risley?
That's what families
No.
should do. Sit and enjoy a leisurely time together.
Yeah.
It's nice to enjoy
What
tea
is up,
here,
orphans?
You know? Care for a cup?
Lend me your ears, everyone. Or perhaps one of you
Oh,
might
it's the
like
same
to
team
start
from
us
the
off.
beginning.
How about you, friend?
Plus Fermine.
Me? No, I don't think.
Then, how about you, good sir?
I fear that I will cause the mood on this boat to become as somber as it is in court.
Well then, I guess we're lucky we've got a local like me to organize things. Wonderful, the spotlight at last.
That was a
And
little
Cloran.
long-winded, don't you think?
Oh, you might be right. Anyway, to cut to the chase, our friend here, the Traveler, has brought us together to discuss something.
So we got Orphan Gang, Champions, Duelist, Dragon, and
Let's
Mafia
start by
Boss.
saying that we'll be pooling our efforts together to create a series of traps.
Oh, how intriguing.
Well, it's just an expression, really. One that I just learned from Clorand. And used on the spot.
Huh? Didn't you say that you would...
Oh, come now. Your work doesn't involve much public speaking, right? This is a good chance to practice. You might even pick up some fancy oratory tricks to impress your boss with in the future.
I see. And what does my boss say?
He is glad that you consider him your boss. Do go on.
In that case, do any of you have experience hunting?
Not that I recall.
Fremine and I once used a wooden stick in a basket to catch wild rabbits when we were younger. As for Lynette, oh, right. You were...
I've also gone diving to...
I'm afraid not. You may or may not have heard, but Fontaine once played host to a group known as the Marechaussee Hunters.
Yes,
Though
I
that was
have.
their name, they did not hunt animals, but rather various monsters left behind by the ancient dynasty of King Remus. Today, Fontaine's monster population has already thinned greatly, so the hunters have blended back into society, taking up arms in other lines of work. They even left a unique methodology of hunting in their wake.
Oh?
A trap comprises of the following components: bait, a trigger, and a containment device. Sometimes a lethal implement will also be necessary to deal with the prey. So, if we were to build a trap together, right now, what would you choose to build it with?
For me, I would prefer something basket-shaped. Pigeons and rabbits will see the bait and naturally enter the snare. Our line of work requires a deft hand, and we're some of the best in the industry, so you can count on our techniques.
You used some of those techniques while moving the people of Poisson, didn't you? My subordinates mentioned that you even performed some magic for the bawling children.
Aww.
Yes, and I even managed to gather some intelligence in the meantime. I'm quite the multitasker if I do say so myself.
I'm afraid I can't claim that as my strong suit. I prefer more stable methods, like placing bait in the water and waiting for the fish to come within reach. That's the kind of method I would count on.
Calm and steady.
And I can be their assistant.
With discretion, I'm sure.
I'd probably use some sort of mechanical animal. Papa once bought... I remember that you liked those too, didn't you?
I did. And that would be a good way to go about it. If they're realistic enough. And
what about you, Monsieur Neuvillette?
I fear I do not have...
That makes sense. You usually solve problems, but I do have one more question for you, Monsieur. If we were to create a trap now, how would you design it?
I would like for it to be
Stage it as a
effective,
play and
but
lure her
no
there.
harm to the prey. A more gentle trap would be ideal.
Kind, as always. However, our intention doesn't necessarily change the containment device and the type of implement we need. If we wanted to kill the prey in one strike, we would need a powerful implement. However, that also goes for prey that must be captured and safely contained.
Wait, why's that?
Only a hunter who's a true expert at subduing their prey can snare it without harming it. The line that divides life and death is often exceedingly thin.
So are we going hunting together?
We hadn't thought of seeing ourselves as hunters.
If our means of capturing and dealing with our prey is to put them on trial, then the hunting metaphor is actually quite accurate. But we shall require much more courage than any hunter to judge a god, a being whose seat is an exalted throne.
Oh, so that's what's going on. Sounds very interesting.
Oh, they just showed up without knowing that we were trying to trap Arena. They're good friends. Chlorine's hunting metaphor was just that, a metaphor. You would not call this a hunt, because that is not what you should do at present. Nor has the relationship between you and Farina reached such a dire stage. What you need is simply the secret she is keeping. Attempting to take her secrets is an act of sacrilegious disrespect, but must be done to prevent Fontaine from seeking into the waters as foretold in the prophecy. There is neither hunter nor prey, but there must be a trap. That is what you need, what you will need. Alright. And we saw her. Farina. Come home. I thought that was golden for a second. Okay. They're just gonna give me a weapon. It's not even gonna be a character. An eye of perception. Okay. Okay, that should be working now. Let me try to simulate and see if it works.
Julio_Yost25 has been crazy for 5 months.
It's been a tough few days, hasn't it? So much has been happening.
Those meetings sure did make me hungry.
Paimon didn't think the meetings would go on for so long, but everyone seemed pretty fired up, huh? Paimon thought they'd be at least a little frightened. Well, Fremine was, now that Paimon thinks about it, but everyone else just looked a little surprised.
Do you feel more confident after the meetings, Paimon?
Well, it's hard to say. Paimon doesn't have any experience with this sort of thing. But with you around, Paimon sure will do great. After all, you're the most reliable person in the world, aren't you? Huh?
Something wrong?
Did you just pour some tea? Paimon didn't notice you doing that at all. Then what's that? Paimon's never seen that cup before.
Don't be frightened. I'm just joining you two for tea. I merely refrained from saying anything till now.
Is this the new character that was announced on Twitter? The guard?
Aw, have you forgotten me already?
Yes.
You are familiar. You're the voice we heard from the sky in Sumeru.
Oh?
The voice from the sky, I fear that description is wrong. Though, not completely wrong. You're feeling lost now, just as you were feeling previously. I sensed that confusion and thus came to you. Guiding people is an irresistible hobby of mine, after all.
Oh, this is Mona's master.
Consider me a passerby, just accepting a commission from my friend's disciple on a whim. The prophecy. Yes, what has been prophesized will be fulfilled. You may view such things as the history of the future.
So you're the one who made the,
Then is there any way we can stop it?
I believe you have witnessed a failed attempt with your own eyes. Can everything in Tevat so easily be changed?
She's talking directly about Conria. That is wild.
Ah, so you've caught on. Just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen from the perspectives of the gods, could things be happening in hidden corners where the gods' gaze does not fall? Are
Oh?
the things that you shall see different from the fate that the gods perceive?
What happens when you look not through your eyes, but with your vision?
What is she talking about? It all sounds really impressive and important and stuff, but it also sounds kind of scary.
I believe that you understand, right? Some things are insignificant, but others you must reach out to change.
So we have to make it look like the
Ultimately,
prophecy happened
fate shall
in a way
serve
that
as your
it's
only
fulfilled,
guide,
but
no matter
not
what will happen in Tavast's
as severe.
All you need to
Yeah.
do is to play your part. This was good tea, by the way. Thank you for your hospitality. Well, that'll be all for today.
She doesn't really sound like an old hag, I'm not gonna lie.
It's gone.
Interesting. The unexpected news leads you to complicated feelings. When you wake up, someone seems to be outside.
I'm on here.
About to get arrested. Again.
Alright, coming.
You're getting more diligent, Paimon.
Hey, it's you who's getting lazy, okay?
Well, I see I
Aha,
walked in
Mona.
on some lively banter.
How have you been these past few days?
Fine. I went to take part in that Steambird panel. It turned out to be more interesting than I expected. Not all Fontanians are pessimistic about this. One journalist mentioned that sitting around and waiting for the end to come would be wrong, and that they should make their own rescue preparations. I agreed, so we had a brief chat with her.
Did she have pink hair by any chance?
Why, yes! It was Charlotte. You remember her, right? That daredevil journalist?
Did you meet
I'm
Charlotte?
in full
Oh yeah,
support of her
TCG.
view. Prophecies are very important, but how can people allow their lives to be commandeered by just a few words?
I mean, if the words are "we're all going to die."
Ah, yes. About what we had discussed before. I did try, but I'm afraid I couldn't reach the old hag. I'll try again tonight, but I wouldn't get your hopes up. Huh?
You tell Mona about your mysterious guest.
Goodness gracious. Are you serious?
I believe she came to pass a message to us.
Said that even the god's gaze has blind spots. Pretty bold if you ask Paimon. Most people would believe the gods to be all-knowing, right?
You've met gods.
Circle members are certainly anything but ordinary. As for the mage named N, the old hag has mentioned her a few times. She said that N's sense of direction is incredible, and that she loves guiding those who are lost. But I've never met her, and if she were still alive, she'd be... well, suffice it to say that the hag's at least a few hundred now, and N's been around for longer than that.
So I am incredibly uninformed about the Hexen Circle, and I get so confused about who they all are. I'm gonna need to rewatch videos again.
Whoa. The Hexen Circle sounds like a scary group. But they must really stay in shape to live so long.
Ah, yes, you too can reach immortality if you just do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and 100 squats, 100-kilometer run every day for 10 years.
Well, it's not like Paimon could understand anything she said.
Yes, she was quite cryptic, but I suspect she means that there is still a way to turn things around. She didn't say when or what that would be, though, so...
That's for us to decide.
Perhaps it is something that you cannot know right now.
True, her words were meant as a helpful hint, but when will we realize the value in their meaning? Was that the best answer to my question could have
Are
gotten?
you two alright?
Just mulling things over.
Fine. We're just a little down right now. It kind of feels like the end is coming, you know?
The end is coming. We're all gonna
I
die.
feel that same sense of desperation, too. I guess you could consider me someone who has often witnessed fate. So far as I have seen, it cannot be swayed. But even so, I still hope for and believe in miracles. Astrology is eternal and rational, but fate may not be. It is cruel. but it can also be beautiful.
She's
Perhaps
Bruno
that's what
from
N was trying to tell
Encanto.
you. Not to lose heart, and to believe that what you are seeing playing out before you is not yet set in stone.
I don't think that's what she
I did originally
meant.
think of steering clear of all this, but I couldn't. Even if this is all futile, I still wish to help everyone.
Aw.
If we don't struggle to the last, then how can we face the end when it comes?
True. Good mindset. Good grind set.
You have a point.
There I go, talking about astrological principles again. Sorry about that. The moment I start talking about work-related stuff. I need to get going.
Don't worry about it, Mona. And thank
It was
you.
worth trying to comfort you, even if only a little. I believe that you'll help those who are struggling in the same way I did.
Probably more if I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna have to fight a
always seem to meet by
fucking
coincidence.
narwhal from space.
Paimon feels kind of moved by what Mona said, but also kind of sad too. Hey, Traveler, Paimon suddenly feels like going outside for a walk. Let's go.
All right.
Let's walk around the city, shall we? There's a few spots we always like to walk by.
The heavens grew eyes to behold the true beauty of the world below, but humans already have eyes to begin with. So, what is it they see when they look at the world not with their eyes, but their vision? You're very smart. Can you figure out what the answer is?
Hey, all I'm saying. See the ability. What the f? Are they playing hide and seek? Is that what's happening? Very interesting. Why did. Okay. Paimon said we still have places we like to see, and the first thought was a newsstand. She likes the newsies.
Our names are written in this newspaper. What's going on?
Maybe we're famous.
Let Paimon see. The underwater stronghold, the Fortress of Meripede, has continued in its noble autonomy, but that does not mean that others cannot interact with it. My recent attempts to enter the fortress bore little fruit. Huh. Guess Charlotte still hasn't given up on that.
We never gave her that interview. I feel so bad.
Thus, did an Outlander friend become the focus of this report. A blonde adventurer with their white fairy, legends trailing in their wake. It is said that this mysterious traveler once visited the underwater fortress. So while the fortress's interior remains a mystery behind closed doors, do not fear, for the tales of the traveler contain surprises in spades. Journalist Charlotte's biggest scoop yet, the Traveler's Trail, World Walker.
Oh.
Huh. Charlotte took so many awesome photos of us and we never even noticed her.
She could have just came and asked us for an interview. We would have been.
Anything at the fortress, so since we're easier to find, she's using us as the subject matter instead?
That sure seems to be the case.
Seriously? Well, fine. Those headlines and photos do look cool, so Paimon will forgive her this time.
Oh, I remember this place. This is where we went to eat with
Should we go in and get something to eat?
Navia, I think it was. It was somebody. When Hydro meets Pyro, Vaporize occurs. Look for the objective in this area.
Hey, quick! Look! That's the limited edition only 16 slices a day cake!
It hasn't already sold out for the day.
Delicious the last time we tried it! Despite the tense situation we were in, let's give it another go. Paimon's sure it'll be great!
You can't let anyone get ahead of us.
One slice of cake, please.
No!
Someone showed up after all! Oh, wait, you're the one from the Palais Mermonia.
Yes, it's Sadine.
Are you here to buy cake too? It seems Monsieur Neuvillette was right. You really can eat.
Neuvillette called us fat?
Really say something like that?
Gordita?
That's right. Even he has his own preferences when it comes to food. As for me, I love the cake and coffee here.
Do you come here often?
Usually every day.
Every day?
The Melazines are so cool. I'm so mad they didn't make Siegeween just a full Melazine design.
And coffee.
Then what if someone told you one day that this place would be closing soon, and you wouldn't get to eat cake here anymore.
But why would it close?
Well, Paimon doesn't know either, but maybe...
Oh, the prophecy. To be honest, I haven't paid much attention to that. No, still, even if there'd be no more cake tomorrow, that wouldn't keep me from having some today. No, it's the same for eating in general. You might not be able to eat tomorrow, but if you can do so today, then you should carry on. That's what people call living, you know.
She said, live in the moment, my guy.
Huh.
Don't be sad. Excuse me, could I have 2 more slices of cake to go?
Aw, she bought us cake.
These 2 slices are for you. Sijuin said that this kind of expression you're making is what humans call being sad.
Oh, you know Sijuin?
I sure do. She was born before me, and she sometimes comes to the surface to teach us things about
Below the
humans.
surface. No.
She said that humans are creatures that are saddened easily. Yes, and you can only lift their spirits by feeding them delicious
They
food.
think of us as
so
pets.
Please try the cakes here.
Your mother,
I've got something else
she's
to
like
do,
a pet
so
to
I'll
me.
be going now. You two try to stay in a good mood after eating, all right? Bye.
Bye, Sadine.
And there she goes. All right, let's dig in.
Do
Paimon shared
Melzines
this cake
dissolve
will be
in the
delicious.
primordial water? I don't think so. They're not from Mageria. I don't think they have sin. But they are from, like, the remains of a dragon,
Even better
too.
with a sip of tea. It sure would be nice if we could come again
But combined
tomorrow.
with the
Sure would be
remains
nice
of a
if we could
battlefield,
always
so
eat
maybe
delicious
not.
Food here.
Leave the hotel, Debord. Bored in the house, and I'm in the house board.
Oh, we're near the Steambird office. Let's go look for Charlotte and have a chat.
Let's go check on my reputation. Charlotte!
Wow! If it isn't the Traveler and Paimon! Oh, have you seen the article I wrote about you?
Yep.
You've got some nerve. You just used us to make some quick mora.
Can we negotiate a profit
Don't worry
split?
about that. I heard that you were in Poisson some time back, so I sent you a letter to discuss just that. It appears you didn't receive it, though.
I don't need the money.
It's all right,
I'm
though. I
a
set aside the amount
multi-millionaire.
intended for you. I've even set the table with some food.
Really? Oh, you're the
Maybe I do need that food, though. I am hungry.
You're almost a little too easy to win over, Paimon. If I were a journalist...
Oh, Paimon knows you're not...
Still, what brings you here all of a sudden? Were you...
When Mona mentioned you, we thought of coming to see you.
I see. It seems you've already bumped into... So she mentioned me? What did she say?
She said that you're a real daredevil of a journalist.
Nice. In which case, can this daredevil journalist...
Huh? So your article and...
Oh, of course it doesn't. That was more like live photography. What I'd like to do is dive...
Sure.
Yeah, are we even...
Why not? If I
Are
say
we
you're worth an
qualified
interview, then
enough?
You're worth it.
Are we
But
qualified
not right now,
enough?
of course. I'll need a few days to prepare.
Oh, in that case, we'll just chat.
Oh, so that's a yes? Ooh, splendid! I'll tell the editor-in-chief immediately. I'll have to apply for lighting, a venue, some props, and...
You can record. This is just pictures. Is it really? Is that really necessary?
Wait, Charlotte, Paimon's still got a question for you.
Oh, did you stop her in her tracks? Oh, she did.
If, just for example, Fontaine were to be flooded tomorrow, what would you do today?
Huh. That's the prophecy you're talking about, isn't it? I mean, I do hear about it often, but I've never once thought that the day could be tomorrow. If you're seriously asking, then I might try and think of a way to leave Fontaine. Oh, but I'm still a journalist first and foremost. That means I have a duty to be reporting from the scene. And secondly, I wouldn't forsake my homeland that easily.
Okay, Lois. Lois Lane.
Most people don't know what they'd do should the worst come to pass.
Lois Lane is
sure
a
it might be
G,
better just to
bro.
behave
She
like
will
normal
report
rather
the
than
news
worry over such
anywhere,
an
and I respect her
So
for
in all
that.
likelihood,
Put her in the
I'd
middle of a
probably
war
still be
field, she'll
coming
be
to the office for
rushing
that
with that
interview,
camera, getting
I know what you're
photos,
thinking.
getting
It
videos,
sounds a bit sad, but
rushing
I've
poor
always
old.
believed that it's best to do what you enjoy. Just think about it. If this nation really were to be suddenly
Joker
destroyed
bodied
tomorrow,
that man.
but I still successfully finish an exclusive interview with a truly unique person, then the story I would wind up writing would truly be timeless. And then do you know what I'd do? Well, I'd write that story, send it for printing, and use messenger pigeons to get copies out to the I'm not a dreamer, nor am I a workaholic, but I do love my job. And
I wish I had that much motivation to work.
Behind. I guess you could say that, but anyway, that's my answer. And on
That's so nice. Anyway, let's go and take a look at the sea, shall we?
I don't think we should be talking about the sea. I'm taking these words that I make a record red with bloodstains.
The sea breeze and scenery can be a pretty soothing combo, huh? Paimon's been thinking.
Yes?
If it wasn't Fontaine, but all of Tevat that would be destroyed tomorrow, where would we go and what would we do?
We would look for my
Paimon
sibling.
should ask, if you could choose, what would you like to do?
If I could choose, huh? Just like Charlotte said, suddenly trying to consider what to do is pointless.
We've always been moving to the next destination, so we haven't spent much time thinking about these kinds of things. We didn't have to either, with us always being on the road and whatnot.
Until that moment comes, I think I'll keep journeying on.
You mean, still traveling?
Yes, cherishing every single moment that I have to look upon this world.
Wait, isn't that what we've always been doing?
Why is Paimon so bright? This banter goes back and forth between the two of you as time slips by. As night falls, you return to your accommodations and end this busy day. The next few days are just as calm. Charlotte comes to find you and conducts the interview in Spina di Rosula, safe house at Fleuve Center. Navia, having finishing her business in Poisson, even drops by to take a photo with the two of you. All goes well. Then
Feels like you'll grow mold if you stay here long enough. But it's still better than the Fortress of Mirapede, that's for sure. It's not only damp there, but salty too.
Salty.
Ah, so the two of you are still here. Wonderful.
Oh, you're from the Palais Mermonia, aren't you?
Yes, I'm Isadora. Monsieur Nervillet sent me to look for you two before. I heard that afterward you went to the Fortress of Mirapede.
So are you under the impression that we might be wanted criminals?
Not at all. I'm well aware that you're friends of his. Actually, I'm here to pass along a message from him.
Did something happen?
Yes, inside the Opera House. The Maréchaussée Phantom has declared the incident a small-scale riot.
Oh?
A riot?
Well, that said, I don't personally think it was that serious.
Oh, this is the trap.
Lady Farina was watching a performance at the Opera House, and while she was resting during an intermission, some other audience members suddenly started harassing her, loudly accusing her of doing nothing about the prophecy crisis.
I mean, she's
and
not.
Before she could respond, others started to join in.
Yes,
The
this
crowd
is the
continued
trap.
to grow, and protests against the Hydro Archon started to break out.
And this is how she gets put on trial.
Put the blame on Farina. Guess they finally found an outlet for the pressure they've been under due to the prophecy.
I agree. People will naturally rely on gods, as is customary. But the moment people feel threatened, gods are also the first to be blamed.
So what happened after that?
I mean, it is a
Farina
Jurious
okay?
prophecy.
Seeing that the situation was spiraling out of control and that further argument was pointless, she claimed that she'd gotten tired of this and left in a hurry.
I can't
The
take her
Maréchaussée Phantom had their
seriously.
hands full maintaining order and did not catch where Lady Farina had gone. Only when things had stabilized did we realize that she had gone missing.
Oh no, she got kidnapped by Arlecchino
Still
again.
missing?
That's right. The Maréchaussée has dispatched many people to search. That said, I don't think there's much to worry about. She is a god after all. Even if she's good.
Don't worry, this is more than...
Is that so?
Well, sounds like we should hurry over to Poisson then.
You sure caught on quickly.
Farina, she won't try to fix things in this situation. Instead, she'll look for a place to wait out the heat. And as we also know, she may be loud and dramatic, but she doesn't have a heart of stone. When Nervalet was talking to her in the Palais Mermonia, and she heard it would be hard for her to ignore
Paimon being
accused
smart.
by the public
Detective
today.
Paimon back on the case.
Paimon thinks Farina's
Give her
probably
glasses
taking
back.
the opportunity to slip away to Poisson and try to relieve the sense of guilt that she's feeling. Huh. Well, what do you think? Paimon knows the answer, of course, but Paimon can do the analysis to back it up, too.
I see becoming a detective's done you some good.
In case there's not a moment to lose. Poisson, here we come!
En passant. Alright, find Farina in Poisson. God, I'm gonna have to get more of these trading cards. I need to go to a TCG tournament. I can now delete all my... That is so good. Oh, that's annoying though. Literally yesterday, I took like 30 minutes deleting all my pins from this map.
Deserted. Guess all the survivors must have evacuated already. All that's left here are signs of devastation.
Vincino.
Farina really be here? Let's try to find her as soon as possible.
Let's try again. Vincent. Fuck me. Let me see. Whee! Envy. Down hither. Farina, what are you doing down here? I'm bringing you somebody equally as crazy.
That's Farina, right over there.
Should I just give up? This is all meaningless.
It's about to start. She's so long crying.
Happen after all. Everyone's dead. I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
Amber. By the way, this is fucking Glamrock Chica.
There's no point in holding out.
Amber Lee Collins. That's such a good voice.
What can I even do other than to repeat meaningless apologies over and over?
Farina.
Who's that?
You know who
Don't
it
worry,
is.
Farina, it's just us.
So it is you, blonde traveler from another land. Why, I almost thought you were someone from that mob of my ignorant subjects. Come to kneel and beg for my forgiveness.
Ignorant, bro.
Farina, you were crying just now, weren't you? The tear stains on your face are obvious.
What
Call her
do
out.
you mean, tear stains? Oh, I remember. The show at the Opera House earlier this morning was so moving. I'm still trying to process it.
You are such a bad liar.
Who did that
You can't bullshit a
uncivilized
bullshitter.
rabble think they were? Disturbing my enjoyment of the arts. They even dare to tout their Archon. I must teach them a lesson. I can just imagine their twisted and frustrated faces once they realize that I'm nowhere to be found. Oh, and I'm sure Nouvellette and those people from the Marish Chaussee Phantom are freaking out right next to them too.
You're actually beyond devastated right now, aren't you?
Of course not.
Oh, so you're not devastated?
The Hydro Archon's over there.
Oh, shit.
Quick, after her.
You niggas need to get out of here. You will get dissolved right in front of... That's gonna happen.
Farina, those people seem to be after you.
They are? They're just some... That's against the rules.
Bolts puts on the jets.
Farina just ran off. Quick, we have to catch up with her.
I am really worried they just slip and just dissolve into this water. This looks so goofy. Oh, here's the water blade type thing.
This should be the place, right? Hey, Farina! There's a good hiding spot over here. Quick, come Paimon before the rest of them catch up to you.
Imagine getting tricked by Paimon.
What is this place?
I wonder what Risley's doing with his boat, and if it's almost done.
Fine, I suppose haste is warranted. Lead the way.
We trapped you. Well, well, water and a well.
I'm so tired. I totally thought they had caught me. No,
Why can't you?
I merely gave in to the sheer enthusiasm they displayed.
This place is not what I'd call soundproof.
You were right. Yep, that's a good girl.
Paimon saying good girl.
What's happening? The ground's
Oh
shaking.
shit, yeah.
Yeah, a quake of this kind preceded the flooding in Poisson, didn't
So
it?
this is the trap. They're putting her under stress so she can reveal what she knows.
It's happening again.
Well, there's no need to worry too much about that. Neverlette's made some emergency plans, so the evacuation should go a lot smoother this time.
Yeah, I hope you're right. But the people of Poisson, they've already...
Has Farina finally reached her limit? Now that she's talking about her actual feelings, she's starting to look far less stiff. You begin to talk amongst yourself as Farina slowly calms down.
It's true. I've been investigating the prophecy for hundreds of years.
Damn.
I once had informants all over Tevat, searching for clues and feeding information back to me. I've tried all kinds of ways, too, to hold back the sea. Anything to keep the coastline from advancing. But all my efforts proved to be futile in the end. Really, the truth has been clear to me for a very long time. We
So she just gave
cannot
up
make an
hope.
enemy of the divine. No matter what we do, the will of the heavenly principles will have its way, and the prophecy shall be fulfilled.
But even then, you still haven't given up, right?
Give up. I do love the sound of that phrase. It would mean finally
Dang,
coming
she's just
to
like me
terms
for
with
real.
fate, but also for me to finally be free.
That would also mean that all hope would disappear.
I've thought about giving up so many times, especially after we almost lost Poisson. Fate is really unreasonable, isn't it? It has no heart and obeys no rules. The prophecy has only just started to come true, and so many people have already lost their lives. But just now, it all became clear to me. I still don't have the right to come to terms with fate on behalf of everyone else. As long as the final moment hasn't come, it's still not too late. Don't worry.
And thus it echoes.
I will keep hope alive for everyone until the very end. Well, that's enough for now. I got the impulse to play the stricken maiden, but honestly, considering my rank and station, that wasn't a good fit at all. Don't take any of what I just said seriously. How could I possibly let Fontaine fall to the whims of trivial prophecy?
Put it on a good show, I guess.
Paimon could have sworn you were actually being honest just now.
We're running out of time. We can't just go back to square one like this. I've got to get more information out of her. Farina, you might not have to shoulder this burden alone. Although I don't know what you might be keeping from everyone, your people are more than willing to share your burden with you.
Share my burden. That's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would be my duty alone.
But even if your burden doesn't need to be shared, you can still choose someone to confide in. To share with me, I'm what you call a witness, Zhongli.
Yes, I've heard that you came to Tevat from beyond the stars, yes. In other words, you never belonged here.
And I alone can change
Tevat
fate.
is, in its entirety, a show on a stage, then you're just a spectator,
without you. If that's the case...
There's no time left. Please, Verena, just spit it out. Lord. Damn. We almost got her.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes my opening performance. Now, without further ado, we may proceed to the trial of our god.
Lenny, why now?
This is what it is. Yes, you deserve praise for the effort you took to raise the dramatic stakes. Do not forget, however, that I am Poisson, the god of justice, the embodiment of justice itself. Does it not strike you as even the least bit absurd to bring the very concept of justice to trial?
May I interpret these words as your refusal to stand trial? In that case, you will have the opportunity to defend your honor through a duel.
Oop. And she's gonna refuse because she has no power.
Your blade against a god? I see. It seems like you have made up your mind.
Paimon can't believe it. She just surrendered.
What the heck is going on? Did I just see an Archon surrender to a human?
Yeah, all these lies are about to come down. That is wild.
Verena, what is the meaning of this?
She's about to get exposed. This is about to be so
It
bad.
would seem that there has been a misunderstanding. To be clear, the raising of both hands is not always an indication of surrender.
Her hair's just always glowing.
Excuses again, huh?
I raised my hands just now to indicate my acceptance of the trial. No duel shall be necessary. I will admit that I've been running away for a long time. I'm sorry, everyone. I was unable to protect the people of Poisson. It is my duty to stand trial for my crimes. You are not the only ones to be disappointed in me.
Aww.
I, too, am exceedingly disappointed in myself.
What's that symbol on the top of her hat?
But
Is it her
now,
noses?
it is time for the Hydro Archon to show you her courage and resolve. I, Verena, will use this trial to show the world the true meaning of justice.
Spit, sis.
This time, I will protect you. Applaud and rejoice. One of the most outrageous and fantastical arcs known to the opera epiclese is now unfolding before your eyes. Mark my words, this shall be one of the most exhilarating and brilliant shows ever to grace the stage of Fontaine. The trial of the Hydro Archon, Focalor, will now begin!